Yep.
Yes.
We're back. It's your favorite Mr. Zay, myzayday.com. It's the Tech Talk Show with Chaz 2Z.
That's me.
KC, SecurityOrb.com.
What's up?
And we're back, and we're here with Janiba on the line. And she's talking to us about some exciting stuff with the CBC and their utilization of social networking. And being a part of the Tech Talk Show, of course, we engage social networking. You can go to our website at
thetechtalkshow.ning.com.
There you go. And you can also check us out on Facebook, The Tech Talk Show. Twitter as well. You can check us out, The Tech Talk Show, on Twitter. And one of the exciting things that we did, as a media covering the CBC annual legislative conference next week, September 15th through the 18th, is we signed up, and now we are friends with the CBC Facebook page that Jennifer has been talking about. Jennifer, tell us a little bit about their whole social campaign, networking campaign. What are some of the outlets that they're using?
Well, I can tell you for certain that the CBC has a YouTube channel.
Wow.
In the YouTube channel, it lists various different events. It lists videos of CBC members on the House floor making speeches or proclamations or just addressing, a bill. It also has CBC members at, different groundbreakings or events at their various different their local jurisdictions. It's a wonderful opportunity just to see them in action. CBC also has its own Facebook account just for members, and then it lists all of the members, and it also links the members that have individual Facebook pages, and it updates activities. And so if you are interested in the CBC or CBC Week, congratulations to you guys, got to hook up, and y'all are going to be there and, and interviewing some of the members. That's really awesome. You can go on the Facebook page and follow the activities, find out what the events are going on this week, where all the various different receptions that are being held and hosted by various different members, and connect. And also, the CBC also has its own Twitter account as well.
You know what was exciting last year? I've got to tell you, when we went there, we covered it. What an awesome event, first and foremost. Obama, his first, it was his first year in. It was so sweet. The energy at the Congressional Black Caucus was nothing like it. There was such a sense of mobilization and empowerment. And we had the opportunity. We were at the dinner, the black tie dinner on Saturday. And man, I'm telling you, what an amazing time when he came out and spoke and the crowd stood up, and it was just an awesome event. And more importantly, a lot of the events that took place during the caucus, and I'm talking about economic development events and just amazing speakers that came out. We found out about so many opportunities. So to our listeners who are out there, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area during the week of September 15th through the 18th, I strongly suggest that you take advantage of this event that comes here. There's so many opportunities. If you're looking for a way to be empowered as an entrepreneur, if you're looking for areas where you can potentially grow business or start a business, this is the event to go to. You'll network with the right people and identify a lot of resources that can really empower you to go to the next step in whatever your endeavors are. So September 15th through the 18th, man, last year was amazing. So I know this year they're going to top it. So it should be pretty exciting.
Yeah. So, Janeba, I see that you're part of the Gantt Law Group. If you could give us some information about your organization and how, if someone is interested in contacting you and reaching you, how they could go about doing so.
Okay. Actually, it's a boutique communications and tech law firm. It's called the Gantt Law Group. I'm the managing partner. I founded it myself with two other black women. It turned out we are the first black woman-owned communications firm in the country.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time. I just want to make sure I'm clear on that.
Right, the first black woman-owned communications firm in the country.
Okay, we need a round of applause for that. Because that's exciting. We got to celebrate things like that, and that's what the caucus is all about. So it's going to be exciting to see you there as well, Jennifer. So that's really exciting news. Okay, good to hear.
Yeah, thank you. And essentially how I found out we were the first is that when I started, I worked for, one of these big law firms, big New York law firms for 4 years. I worked in academia. I was a staff attorney at Georgetown Law School. And then I also worked for the district for a couple of years in their Office of Cable Television and Telecommunications when I regulated Comcast and Star Power. When I decided to come on my own, I looked for examples of someone who'd already done this before. I did not want to reinvent the wheel. And I was searching using various different tools and discovered it didn't exist. So I said, well, if the wheel doesn't exist, I'm going to create it myself.
Sounds like a gap, right. Sounds like an opportunity, right.
Right. So I got two of my friends. One, we were bi-coastal. One was in California.
Nice.
She was doing entertainment law. One in New York, the financial capital. She did corporate law. Mm-hmm. And in D.C., where we have all the trade associations, the government, I focused on government.
Of course.
And small. We also do small business law, and also communications and tech. So my focus is on tech and communications companies, and I represent them on various different means. Transactionally, where someone wants to buy a station, I represented L.A. Sentinel when they purchased Bishop Willis's old station that got destroyed by Hurricane Katrina at New Orleans. Yeah, so I, helped them buy that. They still own that station now. It's syndicated. And I also do policy. So recently we had a big win where I represented some small minority and women-owned businesses.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, and the Rainbow Push, NAACP, now we all got together to fight an FTC law that they had a rule change that essentially made it difficult for minorities and women and very, very small business to compete with the big guys in elections, in auctions. And so a court agreed with us that the FTC shouldn't have changed the rules without giving us an opportunity, my clients an opportunity to speak out. So that was a big win. And then also do some policy work in terms of advocacy, just advocating orally before the FCC on behalf of small, minority, women-owned tech companies.
You know why it's so special that you're here, Geneva? I'll tell you why. Last year, we had a special with the SBA, the Small Business Administration, where we had an initiative where we were empowering companies, small businesses here, 8A firms, minority-owned firms. And I would hope and I would encourage you to be, of course, set up with the SBA and have an 8A. Do you have an 8A currently?
No, I don't have an 8A. You know what happened with that is that 8A, for some reason in my mind, I always associate with folks who do goods versus services, though they do services.
Yes.
So
I would strongly suggest you register with them. And also, the reason why it's a wonderful thing that you're here is because our listenership is full of, small businesses that are looking for a way to identify legal resources at an affordable rate and that understands their niche. It's a big difference between big business law and small business law. Yeah. It's a specific niche. So it's good to know that you have that niche and you've mastered it. Now, what's the website they can go to again?
www.GAT Law Group, and that's spelled G as in goat, H-A-T as in Tom, T as in Tom, Law Group, one word, .com. So www.gatlawgroup.com, and you can find out a little bit more about my firm and what we do. Reach out to us and, give us a call, give us a shout. We represent all different types of small businesses, from design firms to, up-and-coming tech firms to some software manufacturers to folks who are doing creating applications. And one thing I'm part of also I wanted to talk to you about, since you guys are the Tech Talk, is there's a new organization that's forming that's going to launch at the end of this month called the National Association of Multi-Ethnic Digital Entrepreneurs. And what that would be is a new trade organization that includes some of Black and minority-owned, we're not limiting it, digital entrepreneurs, software application makers who are in this space and, just want to have a voice in terms of the advocacy and in terms of making sure that, minorities and small businesses have an opportunity to bid for contracts and get procured for, with larger companies. So that's the purpose. So those for that should be exciting. We're going to launch at the end of the year. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Geneva, and we'll definitely be getting you back on the line here because it seems like you have tons of information, and we're kind of running out of time. But we thank you for coming on, and I'll definitely will contact you and try to get you back on real soon.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right.
Thanks. You heard it here first. www.ghatt.com. It's the first minority women-owned media group. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Ooh, isn't that exciting? We have great callers that call in. So, that's good news. Now, after the break that's coming up here, I want us to talk about a more serious topic. Of course, today is 9/11. September the 11th.
9th anniversary.
It's the 9th anniversary of the terrible event that occurred here in Washington, D.C., and, of course, in New York City. And what I'd like to do, 1-800-450-7876. If you'd like to call in, we're going to be discussing an event, I guess, that's taking place on the History Channel where people share their individual videos and their story about what took place on 9/11. So we're going to go over that show and talk about some of that. And if you guys want to call in and talk about maybe some video that you captured or just your experience, feel free. 1-800-450-7876. It's the Tech Talk Show, ladies and gentlemen. After the break, 9/11.
1450 WOL, where information